All right, I'm going to get right into it. So, my name is Roger Davis, or Sergeant Davis, and I am currently a student attending post-university in pursuit of my MBA. And this is now my third journal with the course. So, I am extremely excited that the course is actually coming to an end. It's been fun, but it has been exhausting and taxing, to say the least. So, it's great that we're getting closer towards the end. And I mean that with all the greatest, most respect. Um, Looking back on week 5, I'm going to start the way that I typically like to initiate it, with rating my peers. So I'm going to rate Derek first, a 10 on this one. I think single-handedly he definitely carried the team, and he definitely carried the second milestone. This was actually the first assignment that Derek was taking the lead on. So in the previous assignments, like the project charter, I took the lead. The first milestone, Antonio took the lead, and then now the second milestone, Derek took the lead on this one. As we move into our final project, that's all going to change. We're all going to meet together and complete the final project, and as we'll start it at the same time simultaneously. But Derek took the lead on this one. He's the one who implemented most of the work for it and really did a lot of the research that we were looking for a group. Antonio then chimed in. He added some of his points and different data analytics that were involved into the actual milestone. He did a really good job on that actually for the milestone 1. So it was my recommendation that Antonio would be able to try and find some more research and some more information regarding data that would pertain to the company. And then finally, my input for this milestone was to revise everything, make sure that it looks good for APA format, and then make any other additional changes to the information that was already provided by my counterparts. So I would definitely rate Derek a 10 for sure out of week 5. I'd rate Antonio also a 10 or 9, 9.5, somewhere around that range. And then just for my finalization portion of the group, I would rate myself somewhere around the 8, 8.5 to a 9, just for my input. And that's just based upon each person's overall workload and the emphasis they put into the group itself. Looking back and just on the actual week and what we had to go through, so we didn't really come into any challenges. Well, technically, the only challenge that we really came into was really Derek struggled with trying to figure out where the data was coming from and how to collect all of that. So me taking on the role as a team leader, I automatically reflected back on week 1 where we established our team and I took on the role as a team leader, and I started to analyze and identify my team members' their strengths. And so I knew that Antonio was phenomenal at being able to collect and gather data. I knew that he was great at doing that. So my recommendation with this assignment was to have Antonio specifically cover that portion, which would allow Derek to focus on the other aspects of that milestone. And it worked out perfect, actually phenomenal. That was one of Antonio's strong suits for sure. Other than that, we didn't have any other constraints necessarily per se for this milestone. We did review some of the feedback that we received, which was to be able to tie the findings into the recommendations. So as we move forward towards our final project, that's actually something that we're going to be focusing on revising and just recrafting so that it looks better, and we can get that higher grade. We're all about the grades on these. We worked very hard for it, that's for sure. Other than that, looking at that week altogether, I think it went pretty well. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed looking at the research. I enjoyed going through it. I definitely learned a couple of things that week as well, and I'm looking forward to the final project. We've already started on the final project already, and this is not going to be something where one person initiates it. So like I said before, in the first assignment, the project charter, I initiated that. Milestone 1 was initiated by Antonio, and then milestone 2 was initiated by Derek. This time, moving into the final project, we've already started discussing it, and each person altogether, collectively, we're all going to start it and figure out how to be able to incorporate everything that we've learned from this course and everything that we've gathered from all the feedback and recommendations from the professor into the actual final project so that we can deliver the best assignment as possible. that's it. That's all that I have for this journal entry.